Hey, Richard, are you ready? Unmute yourself, Richard.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Sure, I'm ready to go.
Okay. How long have you been doing comedy?
Oh hell, probably since I could talk. My mom said that when she used to buy me those little green army men, and I would make them fight. I would still stand them up, and I'd get in front of them, and I'd sing, dance, and do jokes. So yeah, I've been doing comedy pretty much all my life, and I've actually made a living at it for a while, and I still love doing it. And
Okay.
I'll
Are
tell
you
you,
ready?
oh boy, I tell you, I'm so old. Yeah, I remember when Elvis Presley was king, Little Richard was queen, and Michael Jackson was actually black. I tell you, I'm old. You know.
Are you
It-
ready to start your set or have you started?
oh, yeah, I'll start.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay,
Richard Corp, everybody.
thank you. I'm Richard Corp from out of Kansas City. It's been a bad week for me. It really has. I got up this morning. I went to pour me a glass of orange juice, and when I poured it, the little handle broke off in my hand. And I was packing my suitcase because I got to go on a trip, and I picked up my suitcase, and the handle once again broke off in my hand. I went to go out my front door, and the doorknob came off in my hand. I tell you, I've been scared to take a piss all day. It's, I mean, that's the way my luck's been this week. I've had the worst damn luck this week. I tell you, I had a girlfriend pass away the other day. She choked to death. It was a terrible blow. And then I had a surgery in my hand. It's horrible. It's horrible. I hate dating at my age, but I mean, there's certain things that's good at it. I mean, like I'm an old fashioned guy, and first thing I look for in a woman is I look for a woman with a good heart. I'm just glad God put y'all's boobs in front of it. It's hard to find the right woman anymore. It really is. I was dating this one lady here about a month ago, and she set me down. She goes, Richard, in a loving relationship, a small penis really shouldn't matter. I still wish she didn't have one. But I do like different things in a woman. We really do. We got some guys that like to look at a woman's legs. Some guys like looking at women's boobs. Some guys like looking at women's asses. I like to look down at the tops of their heads. But I have fun. I have a lot of fun. I was dating this lady here not too long ago, and I was really worried about how well I was doing because she's in a wheelchair. And I think I did real good on our first date because after I kissed her, she popped a willy going down the hall. But I do. I like what I do. I've had a lot of fun over the years. I've dated some really really strange people. I really have. I used to date a hooker. I really did. And she was a lovely girl, really was. She was a lovely girl, but she wasn't very smart. She couldn't remember people's names. So, yeah, so she gave us all numbers. I mean, I called her hun. She called me 1001. I mean, she was a good girl. She was a good girl. She had a tongue like a cow, could make you go, wow. And but we dated for a short while. Her nickname was Penicillin Penny. Yeah, I'm really not sure how she got that name, but it's better than some of the women I went with. I mean, there was this one girl. Oh man, I'll tell you, she was horrible, horrible. I remember on our first date, I took her to the zoo. They kept her. Yeah, yeah. Oh, but it is. I've been doing a lot of things. I got some neighbors, man. I love my neighbors. They like to bicker. You ever have neighbors that love to bicker, but they really love each other? I was over at my buddy's house the other day, and his wife walks in, and she goes, "Honey, I need me a boob job." He goes, a boob job? Those things are expensive. She goes, I don't care. I want me a boob job. He goes, why don't you do that toilet paper trick? She goes, the toilet paper trick? What are you talking about? I'm not going to stuff. He goes, no, the toilet paper trick. That's where you take a bunch of toilet paper and you rub them between your breasts 4 or 5 times a day. She goes, that's going to make my tits bigger? He goes, well, it worked on your ass, didn't it? And I was waiting for the frying pan to come flying. But no, she took it in stride. She goes, honey, you know why I like to be on bottom and you on top? I mean, I like you on bottom and me on top when we make love. He goes, no, why do you like me on bottom? She goes, because the only thing you're good at is fucking up. Oh. But they were a loving couple. They were a loving couple. There was a robbery here in town the other day. Somebody actually robbed the sperm bank here in Kansas City. It's really a weird crime. I couldn't believe it. The paper said a masked man walked into the bank with a gun and he stuck up the lady behind the counter. He goes, lady, this is a stick up. She goes, this is a sperm bank. He goes, I don't care. It's a stick up. Well, what do you want? He goes, you see that specimen? Pick it up and drink it. The woman goes, what? He goes, pick it up and drink it. She looks at the guy in the mask, picks it up, shrugs her shoulders, one drink, down it goes. He takes off the mask, gets her husband. He goes, see, honey, that wasn't so damn hard, now was it? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Richard Corp, and that's my set for tonight. Thank you.
Richard. Thank you, Richard. What is your pay? I know it's not Cash App. What is your pay?
I am on PayPal, and
Okay.
my email is all underscore. It's Richard RICHARD .DAD .corp @gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you, Richard. Great
No
set.
problem.